Hello everyone. Today we will take a detailed look at how the NavaX referral program works from the inside. Let's examine his logic step by step so that everything becomes crystal clear. So, what's our plan? First, we'll touch on the basics of the program. We will examine the program levels and structure in NavaX. Next, the most interesting thing is how income is distributed. After that, we will show how funds are reinvested, and at the end, we will talk about the role of NFT in this whole system. Let's get started. So, where does it all begin? It all begins with a simple but very important idea. The program is based on 10 independent levels. The key word here is independent. This means that everyone has their own separate life and their own referral structure. The logic is simple. The cost of activating each subsequent level is exactly twice as high as the previous one. It all starts with 20 DAI, making it accessible to everyone. And here's the most interesting part. As soon as any level is activated, you are assigned a structure with 14 places. The logic of the structure is the same at every level, 3 lines per level. There are 2 places in the first line, 4 in the second, and 8 in the third. The process of joining the program is intuitive even for beginners. First, register using a referral link, then activate the selected level. Several actions occur simultaneously at the moment of activation. You occupy a place in the structure of your inviter, and at the same time your own, but empty, structure opens up at the same level. But there are 2 very important mechanisms that need to be understood. The first is overflow. If the first row of your mentor is occupied, new users fill in the empty cells below on the second and third rows. This helps to fill the structure faster. The second mechanism is compression. This ensures that payments will never be lost. If your direct upline sponsor is inactive at any level, the payment will simply move up the chain to the first active participant. Okay, now for perhaps the most important question. How are the funds distributed? Let's see how 100% of the cost of each activation is distributed across the network. Everything is very transparent. Each payment is instantly divided according to the 80-20 principle. 80% are so-called linear payments. They are distributed within the same structure of 14 places. The remaining 20% are referral bonuses for those who invited others. Let's see where exactly these 80% go. They remain within the structure where the new participant has entered. Payments from the first and second lines bring in 20% of the activation cost, and from the third line, as much as 40%. What about the remaining 20%? They are divided equally. 10% goes to the person who directly invited the individual, and another 10% goes to their own inviter. In other words, a chain of 2 mentors is rewarded. Importantly, these bonuses are credited regardless of where the new member is placed in the structure. Let's consider a simple example. Let's say your referral Nick invited Mike. What happens? Nick receives a linear bonus if Mike joins his structure in the right place, and his referral bonus is 10%. But as Nick's mentor, you also receive 10% of Mike's payment. This means you can receive bonuses even from those who were not invited personally. But in order for all this to work like clockwork and not stop after filling one structure, the system has 2 mechanisms: reinvestment and activation of the next level. They create constant movement. The first such engine is reinvestment. In fact, it is an automatic restart or repurchase of the same level. Once all 14 places in the structure are filled, the system will automatically open a new, empty place in the level so that you can continue to earn income from that level without interruption. The logical question is where the funds for the automatic restart come from. This has also been thought through. The system reserves payments from 3 specific locations in the structure, 1 location in the second line, and 2 locations in the third line. In total, they give 100% of the cost of the level for its reactivation. And this is what happens when all 14 seats are filled. The system sees that the cycle is complete. Funds for reinvestment accumulate, and automatic reactivation occurs immediately. You once again occupy a vacant position in the structure of your upline, reactivating the level. The cycle begins again. Users activate the new level themselves, manually. This is a strategic decision designed to demonstrate the transparency of the system and the absence of hidden fees and payments. At the same time, all your previous lower levels do not disappear. They continue to work and generate income through reinvestment. And that's not all there is to the program. There is another very interesting element that adds value to every account. We are talking about a unique, indescribable NFT, and it is not just a picture. It is, in essence, a digital passport in the ecosystem. It is created automatically when you register in the system. Its rarity and data change with each update, activation, and reinvestment. NFT unlock various bonuses, such as participation in token sales, and are permanently linked to your Nava DAO account. Here's how it works in practice, for example, with access to token sales. Allocation in a token sale is nothing more than the total amount of all payments for activating levels and reinvestments multiplied by 2. In other words, the more active the program is, the more opportunities it opens up in other products within the ecosystem. So, what do we have in the end? A closed system with completely transparent, pre-established rules, where 100% of the funds are instantly and automatically distributed among the participants. And that brings us to the final question for reflection. How will such a model, based on transparency and automation, influence the future of decentralized platforms? Perhaps for some, this is already a rhetorical question.